So in the previous Borderlands 3 Easter egg video, I said that I was probably only scratching the surface when it came to Easter eggs and references in the game, and surprise surprise, I was right. In this video we take a look at another 25 Easter eggs, secrets or references in Borderlands 3. Now once again, this video has been made in collaboration with Garbit. Garbit is a fellow Easter egg hunter and has spent hours searching high and low for Easter eggs in Borderlands 3, so make sure you check his channel out, the link will be in the description. Finally, after this video, I would have covered a massive 50 Easter eggs or references in Borderlands 3, so surely the end must be in sight. But if you think we have missed something, then the best place to let me know is on Instagram, Twitter or Discord. The links to all three will be in the description. Anyway, that's enough rambling, let's get started. So first up, let's take a look at the massive amount of references that can be found on the loot you can find in game. The first of which is a personal favourite. So this gun, called the Speed Loading Hellwalker, has a description of, "So my demons, your time has come." That, along with the sound of a guitar riff after every time you fire a shot, make this gun a pretty clear nod to Doom. When it comes to finding the gun, it seems pretty random, with many reporting the most reliable way to get the gun is to repeatedly fight the boss Captain Tron, but I can't confirm. The next video game referencing gun is this. The Dangerous Super Ball has a description that simply reads Flower Power, an obvious reference to the Flower Power power-up found in the Super Mario games that allows you to shoot fireballs. This gun seems to appear in a couple of later game boss fights, but if you're lucky it may appear earlier. On to the next weapon now, which is actually a reference to the Telltale Borderlands game. The gun, called the Handsome Jackhammer, an obvious nod to Handsome Jack by the way, has a description that reads, "Everyone thinks they are the hero of their own story," which is a line said by Handsome Jack in the Telltale Borderlands game.
Guess I'll have to live with that.
I'll spare you the amount of times I've told myself exactly the same thing. Everyone thinks they're the hero of their own story.
This won't be the last we see of Telltale or Handsome Jack in this video. So this next gun isn't a reference to games, instead it's a reference to somebody who plays games. After completing the Echo Net Neutrality quest, you're given a gun called the Two Time, with its red text reading, "Back-to-back consecutive champion." This gun is a reference to Dr. Disrespect. Actually, scratch that, a lot of this mission could be classed as a reference to Dr. Disrespect. If you want to try this mission for yourself, then head to Devil's Razor. Time for a movie reference now, and I wonder how many of you will recognise the reference found in this gun's red text. So the phrase "don't cross the streams" is a nod to this famous line from Ghostbusters.
There's something very important I forgot to tell you.
What?
Don't cross the streams. Why? It would be bad.
The gun also fires a similar orange beam as the proton pack does in the film. Another movie reference can be found on the gun called the Stark Wester gun. The red text reads, "I believe ya, but my Tommy gun don't." This is of course a reference to the fake movie that Kevin McAllister watches in the Home Alone films.
Alright, I believe you, but my Tommy gun don't.
The final movie reference can be found on the Knife Drain Splatter gun. The red text reads, "This is my boomstick," which is a reference to this scene from the Bruce Campbell film Army of Darkness.
Yeah. All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. See this? This is my boomstick!
So just a couple of gun references left now, and this next one is a reference to SpongeBob. The Stark Krakatoa has a text that reads, "Get him angry and he's bound to erupt," which is a reference to Captain Magma from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Captain Magma! Get him angry and he's bound to erupt! Krakatoa!
Also, when Captain Magma attacks, he says Krakatoa in reference to the Indonesian volcano, and of course this gun is called Krakatoa. In the first video we discovered the Demo Skag, a reference to the demo dogs from Stranger Things. Well, this gun is also a reference to the fantastic Netflix show. It's called Arctic Dauntless Night Hawkin. Hawkins is the town that Stranger Things takes place in. Oh, and of course the red text really hammers this reference home, reading Stranger Than Things. The final gun reference is a pretty sad one. The Trevornator is a gun that is named after Trevor Eastman. Trevor is a massive Borderlands fan who was sadly diagnosed with cancer. He was invited to Gearbox to play Borderlands 3 and was given the chance to design a gun that would appear in the game. At the time of recording this video, Trevor is still battling the disease and, judging by his recent tweets, seems to be trying his best to make light of the situation. Still, it's a nice touch by Gearbox. So that finally wraps up the gun references in this video. Time to move on to some video game references found in Borderlands 3. We've already found a couple of video game references in the weapons, but there's at least a couple more worth sharing. The first reference is one of the best put downs in video games. After meeting Reese, he will ask you to rate his moustache.
Am I pulling off this mustache or what?
It fills me with a revulsion I normally hold for plague vermin, or a beached whale stuffed with expired mayonnaise, left to rot in the scorching sun of a dying planet. Merely my own opinion.
So the video game referenced here was obviously the Telltale games and their fondness for reminding you that people will remember your actions. The next video game nod is a random encounter. Small tip that you probably already know, but if a random encounter doesn't spawn, just back out to the main menu and head back to that location. Anyway, the video game reference is this guy. So Road Dogg is an obvious reference to the Overwatch character Roadhog. So earlier we spoke of Handsome Jack, and he's back in Borderlands 3. Well, sort of. During one of Zero's kill bounty missions, you can come across this person.
Execute on these assassinations. A poor pretender to an empty throne. Cinder to an early grave. Handsome Jackie, a wannabe through and through. See you around, kiddo.
So Handsome Jackie is obviously a reference to Handsome Jack. If you're lucky, she'll drop the iron-willed Nimble Jack. On to one of my favourite Easter eggs in the game now. Just before your encounter with Pain and Terror, you can find this room.
Your efforts, brothers and sisters, this will not stand! The Nazis continue to carve a path through your brothers and sisters! Innocent COPs who have done nothing but follow...
So this room is a nod to this famous scene from South Park.
What the?
Dad? Randy!
Oh, there was a ghost!
This next Easter egg requires you to have go-go gadget arms. Not really, but hey, game physics. If you head to Claptrap's room, you can find a button. If you step in the room, the button will be locked. If you stand near the doorway, you can press the button.
Hey! Hi! How are you? Doing that thing, recruit? It's like a tiny metal mohawk! Punk rock! Woo! And now I've got shade wherever I go!
So I'm not sure this clip is an Easter egg, I just thought it was an interesting find. In the droughts, you can find this. So a magazine which appears to be an adult magazine left by a toilet. I'm not sure who was up here, but at least they had a good view whilst they did whatever it is they did. So I'm not 100% convinced this next clip is an Easter egg, so be sure to let me know what you think. Whilst aboard Sanctuary, you can sometimes hear one of the crew say this.
Where is my sandwich?
So myself and Garbett think it may be a reference to this scene from Iron Man 3.
Tony. You know what keeps going through my head? Where's my sandwich?
As I said, we're both not sure, so let me know what you think. The penultimate Easter egg is a reference to Jurassic Park 3 and maybe Jurassic World. In the Floodmoor Basin, you can find this guy. So the Indo-Tyrant is probably a reference to the Indominus Rex from Jurassic World, and if you listen closely, you may be able to hear a phone ringing inside the Indo-Tyrant. It's kind of hard to hear as Borderlands is absolute mayhem, but trust me, it's there. The ringing is a reference to this scene from Jurassic Park 3. The final Easter egg is actually kind of nice. Who doesn't like a relaxing ride on a roller coaster that will kill you if you don't shoot the targets? If you complete this ride, you can access a room which has a red chest. If you want to find this roller coaster for yourself, it can be found in the Splinterlands. So that's it, there's 25 more Easter egg secrets or references in Borderlands 3. Once again, a huge thank you to Garbett for recording all of these clips. Be sure to head over to his channel if you want more Borderlands 3 Easter eggs. If you enjoyed this video, then a like is really appreciated, and if you're a fan of Easter eggs or secrets in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.